definitely. That's pretty amazing,
Yeah,
starting it young and
yeah.
then you turn 10 and, did you, when you were cast as a member of A Christmas Story, did they offer you snowball sandwiches to eat?
100%. That's all they gave me. And so we had to ask craft services to actually make something different because like what they were doing, they was making snowball sandwiches and then they were just pouring like colored syrup on it to kind of make it look like something different, but they were still feeding me nothing but snow.
Yeah. I lived in the Rocky Mountains. I originally grew up in Estes Park, Colorado, which is high
Okay.
in the mountains. So,
Mm. Yes, a lot of snowball sandwiches out there, huh?
yeah, I remember watching the movie at like 5 years of age for the first time, went
Right
out to
on.
make one, ate it,
Oh.
spat it out, and there were rocks and weeds in it. I remember coming in with it to my folks and being like, snowball sandwiches are gross. And
Mhm.
and after being tended to, the first question my folks asked me was, was there yellow spots in it?
Good questions to ask. Yes, make sure that your snow is not yellow.
Mhm. It could have been lemon if there was.
I mean, you could have bit into a frozen lemon.
Yeah, yeah. And then there's the funny story from when I was youthful of the silly mistake I made at throwing a snowball at my teacher when she tried to take my best friend away from a snowball fight.
Bad choice.
Yeah, bad choice.
Well, you learn from that consequence, right?
Yeah, I did. I lost recess the next day, and my teacher and I still joke about it to this very day.
That's amazing.
Yeah, yeah. So when did you realize you were going to have to portray someone the total opposite of you as a bully with a
Um,
scut
when I
mark?
when I got the script, so it's something that you probably don't even can even fathom is not having a cell phone. So back when I got this job, it was, I got a phone call at the house phone and it was put on a message machine, which then I would rush home from school and press, play to listen to the messages. And I got this audition for Christmas Story. And when I read the script, the actual lines I was reading for Scott Farkus. So I auditioned for Scott Farkus. I got the job for Scott Farkus. That's who I was hired for. But when we got on set, Bob Clark, who was the director, looked at Zach Ward, who now is Scott Farkus, who was cast as Grover Dill, and said, "Okay, we're just gonna switch lines." And Zach and I were like, "Wait, what? What do you mean switch lines?" Bob was like, "You're no longer gonna be Grover Dill." But you're going to have the same name. You're no longer going to be Scott Farkus, but you're going to have the same name. You're just going to read each other's lines. And we were like, oh my God, we just memorized this whole script and now we have to memorize the other characters' lines as well. So, which was challenging, but that's part of, what we do as actors. And so when I realized that now I'm going to be Grover Dill, I'm going to be Grover Dill as Grover Dill or Scott Farkus as Grover Dill. It was I was a little upset because I wanted to be the head bully, and of course nowadays it's like I was thinking that's like Joe Pesci. Joe Pesci from Goodfellas is the shortest guy, but he's the worst. Yeah, he's the worst bully there is. And so it would have been a whole different movie than what it is today if Grover Dill was the actual head bully, right? But it didn't work out like that. They wanted the short, little, more handsome, cute bully to be small and Grover Dill, and then the taller guy to be a little bit more uglier and scarier as a kid with red hair and green teeth. I'm just kidding. I'm just talking smack about Zach Ward. If he ever watches this, he knows that I love him because he's my brother. But anyways, so
I
that's when
mean,
I
in
had learned,
fairness,
huh?
sorry to interrupt, but in fairness, he took your role from you.
He did. He's a bully, straight up bully.